Guys, it's been 6 days. If someone's out there protesting at this point, you know what? You kind of deserve whatever happens to you. Not to be cruel or callous, but we've witnessed this just completely remove itself from George Floyd and all the and all the claims that many of these people are making that they're out there protesting for. It is nothing but a gigantic virtue signal, and ultimately it has nothing to do with quote unquote black life. The gentleman on the screen right here is reportedly George Floyd's brother, and he's on one of the bridges that have been shut down because people are just so emotional and so, and they're just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. But what it really illustrates is the necessity of the masculine in particularly black communities, and how that logic and reason needs to win out at the end of the day. So without further ado, we're going to get into this one.
Victims feel responsible. I know the families of I realize that families of victims can feel responsible when they see
when y'all do this job, taking all the action we need and putting it on the freeway. Let me ask you a question. Did you watch your brother take his last breath in the streets like a dog? Yes or no?
So deal is that she's trying to explain to him why they why she's so emotional and why she needs to be out here, and oh my goodness, I mean, what he's basically speaking to right now is an NPC without question.
Yes or no? You can't possibly imagine.
I see my family die overseas, and I'm mourning stuff here. I'm mourning stuff here, and I don't know what the fuck.
I understand.
So here's the thing. She's telling him, he just explained to her, hey, did you just watch your brother get slumped? And she's just like, it doesn't matter. My family, like, sweetheart, like, wow, just wow.
I understand that. And I don't know where to mourn. I don't know where to mourn. I'm here alone.
Hey, all we need y'all to do is get back up. You're not alone, baby. You're surrounded by 1,000 people. You ain't nowhere near alone.
I know I'm not alone.
All he's saying is for us to have this
alone.
Y'all see that, right? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch her take that glance, make sure the camera was directly on her? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not to be rude or mean or anything else like that. But she see how as soon as he grabbed her and gave her a hug, she's like, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Like, sweetie, come on, yeah. Like, come on. And then that glance at the camera, it really comes across as like on her part, not on his, because he just wants these people out of the way. None of this helps. None of it helps whatsoever. And you got a couple brothers out there genuinely trying to say look, yo, this doesn't accomplish anything. And it really doesn't. It's a big part of the reason why this is the last video on the scenario that I'm doing. Because it's like, you don't care about it. This has absolutely nothing to do with with George Floyd or any of the other black men that they claim to black men and the black people that they claim to care so much about. No, this is a gigantic virtue signal from a bunch of puppets being told to go out there and commence Operation Chaos.
Nobody else go to jail. What we don't realize is this. What everybody don't realize is this is not the East Coast. This is not Minnesota. These people will hide you in their front yard.
Hey, look, this is Texas, bruh. They don't play around these parts. Come on, seriously. You might want to cut this on out.
I'm telling you. This is not Texas. This is Texas. That's all they're trying to do is prevent other people from getting hurt or going to jail. It's a way to do things. It's a way to handle things. That's all we saying. Tearing shit up changes nothing. Proves nothing. They've been tearing shit up, riding for 100 years.
A nail meet the head, because he's not wrong. This is the same game plan that they've been pushing. You got all these people like, oh, well, white people said Martin Luther King did right, and they shot him. Yo, why are we still over there? No one's considering ways in which to move forward. And it's so irritating. It truly is, because you just got a whole bunch of people hopped up on emotions and really offering nothing in the way of true solutions.
See, when you say that, let me tell you something. The first cop is being charged. They started riding out there because the other three wasn't charged. See, when y'all act off y'all emotions and not getting facts, you are doing stuff wrong. When I'm telling
Amen. A freaking men.
what you're doing here is wrong, because we're trying to get a head officer out here to explain to us how we will always be safe when we get stopped. See, that's what we're trying to do, but y'all are inconveniencing us to even get them now, because y'all got them all here. Look behind y'all.
Where do you want to
I want everybody to look behind y'all. See about what the job is.
I'm sorry. Damn. Like, yo, can y'all get out the way? Like, all those cops, like, there's probably so many other things that they could be, solving murders and digging up cold cases and getting, nope, they're all on freeway right now because people want to act a fool. People really have taken this and just run with it. Just run with it. For what? For what? Because you don't care. Let me tell you guys something. I pop up dead tomorrow. My body ain't found for like a month. I promise you. Why? Because you don't care. Nobody's going to care. It is what it is. It's called life. I got to give all the props in the world to these brothers for stepping up and saying, like, look, yo, y'all got to get the hell out of the road. Y'all got to get the hell out of the way.
I didn't do nothing. We trying to keep everybody safe. Everybody mother want to see them at home. Everybody, I got a child to go home to. That's all we saying. And if y'all putting everybody in harm's way, this is not the way to do it. If you
Church, and this is exactly why those who would happen to be in power make sure to get rid of, masculine black men, you know what I'm saying? Men of testosterone, men that, carry themselves and purport themselves in a particular way. They have absolutely no tolerance for logic or reason. And so with that being said, we're not done yet. Oh no, this spectacular got another bit to it. See, this here is Chaziel Sunz, and he, as you can read up top, now I'll keep it up there, he is a former Ferguson organizer for Black Lives Matter, and bruh is just, he really spitting facts. When it comes to this whole blackout thing, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter is a cell of Antifa. Whether you want to recognize it as such or not, they really are. They're funded by the same individuals who's all about country destabilization. It's another big part of the reason why, if you're out there 6 days into all this protesting and rioting, and you're just, oh, I'm so emotional, then by all means get your emotional ass whooped by the military. Because it makes no logical sense to remain out there. I got into a couple arguments today because you have people with these pictures of children being at protests and riots, and it's like, why are you taking children to these? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. That's very irresponsible. I take my children to marches because they can learn to speak up, and they have the first. You're right, but you know what? That's the thing. In day one, I'll give you that pass, but day 2, day 3, day 4, no, you don't get a pass. You're sitting there putting your child. You're endangering your child. So miss me, but like I said, all of this, they all fall under the same umbrella. And let's listen to Mr. Sunz here break it down.
I began to notice infiltrators coming into the movement, which is already, it's been like this for a long time. But I actually started to see them all online, making fake pages, and basically these fake people, part of the black movement or whatever you want to call it, were basically, feeding off our emotions, trying to get us involved in things that we're not involved in, trying to get us to believe in things that we weren't familiar with. And basically pushing us or to be more left and democratic. And one thing I want to say right now is if you are a revolutionary or anything like that, you don't even believe, you're not even supposed to believe in politics. So for the people who still are believing that this movement, this black movement, even some of these white movements are legit, man, you have a lot of growing to do.
Preach it, brother. Preach it. If you are familiar with my content at all, you know I am no fan of any of these organizations because they're just like, when it comes to intersectionality, they really just ride the coattails of the descendants' pain, but don't want to legitimately deal with descendants. That's why the Clinton Foundation has so many Haitians come on over here, because they're far easier to control. Americans are not easy to control at all. But when it comes to, like, you know, having a underclass that, you know, is malleable to whatever it is they so desire, I mean, it's genuinely genius to just say, hey, screw it. We'll fill in these spaces, particularly the urban spaces, with a whole bunch of people who are going to dedicate themselves to making sure they do whatever it is we tell them to do, because we got the programs and we got we got the infrastructure to, you know, basically take care of them until they either are able to go out and be on their own, or shoot, until they die, because it's been generational welfare for the past, you know, 50, 60 years.
You have a lot of growing to do. And I'm going to concentrate right now, anyway, on the black leaders. Okay? The black leaders, a lot of the black leaders, and I want to hit with this video. A lot of the black leaders are straight leading us to our demise. Okay? They have us working, doing their dirty work. For their dirty work, I mean the far left's dirty work. They got us working basically for them, because how they're getting us is they're playing us emotionally.
And when you spend 30, 40 years making sure to remove the masculine, remove the black male out of these communities, they'll be far more susceptible to, you know, that emotional reaction. There's no logic, there's no sense, because out of operating purely on emotions, it is just a breeding ground for chaos. And once again, props to the brothers and sisters who are out there over the past few days, trying to say, no, don't take the bricks. Like, you know, or like noticing, yeah, they got construction sites up. They got they got all these free bricks just sitting here to start destroying shit and mushing it up like a bomber clot. But, you know, they said no. They were vigilant in saying no and calling it out, and so props to them without question. But as far as what this brother's saying about quote unquote black leadership, yeah, they're all somebody of a lighter skin tones puppet. You know, they all got a hand up their ass.
And they're basically saying how racist and how messed up guys on the far right and the neo-Nazis are, because they need all the help that they can get. So they're getting the gays, they're getting people of other cultures, the people of the far left. I'm talking about the far left. I'm getting somewhere.
Team, Democrats, intersectionality, gender studies, grievance studies. It's part of the reason why when I hear these terms like patriarchy or, you know, or toxic anything, it's an automatic red flag. Like, hey, wait a second. You know what? I think you're spewing bullshit at me right now. And I would like to say about 9 times out of 10, it turns out to be such. Let's keep going.
With this. They're getting gays, they're getting black people, anybody who doesn't like Donald Trump. They're basically trying to get you to fight for a war that is being started on American turf very, very soon. And they want us to be a part of their side. What I'm trying to get the black population to understand and overstand, and this is critical, is the movement has been compromised. Okay, everybody needs to know that the RBG movement has been compromised. BLM, if you are not caught up to BLM, it is not even a real black organization. It never.
Yeah, it really isn't. And one of the things that a lot of people are ignoring is the fact that after Ferguson, there was about 6 brothers that popped up, shot up in cars and set on fire. So real talk, I like for there to be some real, investigations and looking into that. But, Black Lives Matter so much, right?
I actually feel bad that I've been keeping a lot of this information cooped up for so long, but I just felt like, it wasn't getting anywhere. But now things are about to go ahead and hit the fan. Anyways, if you have any kind of brain, BLM is endorsed by the Soros in the Clinton family. If you have any kind of a brain, you know that those same people don't give a damn about you, don't give a damn about black people, don't give a damn. They're exploiting the black plight to make money off of you.
Church, and I keep saying it. I keep saying it. They like that mindset, like the grievance studies, the gender studies. There's a reason why everything went from when it comes to our paperwork in the United States, everything went from sex to biology. Went from sex, which is biological, to gender, which is that nutty bullshit that John Money was talking about. And Soros, Christ, this guy has completely destabilized countries at the snap of his fingers. And so having leadership that's far more business oriented and taking a far harsher stance in the current president, it has caused a backlash. And all this has been is them calling in, calling in the people that owe them. It's a big part of the reason why you see DC and Marvel and all these other companies. Honestly, the whole Blackout thing has been nothing more like that virtue signal. Pay attention to it, because all of the companies that have done this, they are basically our enemy as a nation. They have the American interest is not, American interest, the Constitution, our freedoms is not high on their priority list, to say the least.
Using your emotions, and based off what has happened to you, they're using that against you, so you can join these evil, demonic people to help fight the people on the far right. They want, or not even the far right. I want to make this simple.
Because here's the thing, let me make it even simpler. There are people who are Americans, and unfortunately, fortunately, because he's the president, Donald Trump falls in line with that. Man, always sitting here talking about, what's best for America, whereas you have, people who are more along the lines of globalists. Like, what can we do for the world? Deal is that, as individuals, we are just in our own municipalities, which is a whole flag to fly in and of itself. Then you have the state flag, and then you have the country flag. So we got like 3 different flags, all like surrounding us as Americans. But so those are the flags that are closest to us, the ones that we are supposed to really be flying, as opposed to those who are, I'm a citizen of the globe and I'm a globalist, and it's all good. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with trade, but it is something to say that, hey, we have to prioritize our people first. When I was elected official, my constituents were the most important. Well, hey, those are the people that I have to concern myself with, because those are the people that put me in the position that I was in. But that's not what the globalist mindset is. The globalist mindset is like, no. Like these people over there, they have to take precedent over, the people that I supposedly represent, and that is a very, very dangerous mindset and mentality. Let's keep going.
Is going against the right. It's a huge civil war that's being planned out. I want to make this simple. It's happening right now. And what they want is for everybody to choose a side consciously or subconsciously. Now, a lot of these white boys and a lot of these white people, they've already chosen their side. Okay. And what I'm saying to these people is, my people, is you're setting yourself up to get slaughtered. Okay. Become armed. Okay. Become aware. Know what's going on within the system. Because right now, there is hidden powers who are controlling the narrative, and they're brainwashing you to feel a certain way about the system, about white people, about every race, and about yourselves.
Past tense, brainwash, buddy. This cake has been baking for a really long time, my guy. This cake has been like, I mean, it's amazing that it's not flat because it's been in the oven for a very long time. And that mindset, that mentality has been nothing but propagated via the collegiate system and, you know, gender and grievance studies and all the other things that I talk about on this channel. So, you know, my man hitting, he's spitting some real fire right here, right now. And you know what? I think we've run long enough on this video. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Ring the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Yeah, like I wanted to do a video, just a whole bunch of, you know, positive brother testosterone going on here with a little slice of, yeah, we getting screwed. We're getting exploited. They're exploiting the ever living F out of us, my fellow descendants, my brothers, those who histories that they like to ride the back of. But you may disagree with me, and that's what the comment section's for. Until the next one.